Hello, everybody. This is Christina Fasonic broadcasting live from Wheeling, West Virginia. It's nice to see everyone tonight after the fairly raucous 4th of July. I don't know about your neighborhood, but I didn't even know that many people lived in my neighborhood as there were fireworks this weekend. So tonight we have a new reader. Let me bring on my co-host, Damian Dressick, to introduce her.
Good evening, Christina. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm fabulous. Nice hat.
Why, thank you. I thought I'm indoors.
It's good.
I could still, try and go with the hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about our writer tonight.
Oh, I am very excited. I just saw Sheila Squillante read at an event promoted by Creative Nonfiction Magazine before we were all locked in our houses. And she was great. She was insightful and she was funny. And I'm really happy that we were able to get her to come on to WCONA Live. So let me tell you a little bit about her. She is the author of the poetry collection, Beautiful Nerve. Her second collection, Mostly Human, has won the 2020 Wicked Woman Book Prize from BrickHouse Books, and it will be published in October of 2020. She is also the author of 3 chapbooks of poetry, In This Dream of My Father, Women Who Pawn Their Jewelry, and A Woman Traces the Shoreline. She is the co-author, along with Sandra L. Faulkner, of the Writing Craft book, Writing the Personal, Getting Your Stories Onto the Page. And her recent work has appeared or will appear in places like Copper Nickel, Crab Orchard Review, North Dakota Quarterly, Indiana Review, Waxwing, and River Teeth. She directs the MFA program in creative writing at Chatham University, where she edits the Fourth River, a journal of nature and place-based writing, from her dining room table. She also edits Barrelhouse online.
Awesome. I cannot wait to hear her reading tonight. She was my best friend's director for her master's work. So I've heard so many things about her, but haven't got an opportunity to hear her read. So let's bring her on. Hello.
Hi. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Damian. What an introduction. I'm kind of blushing over here. Hi, Laura. Woot.
She says, woot. She must be off the mountaintop enough to
I'm
get
so happy. Right.
So we're going to disappear for a few minutes and let you read. And I'm really looking forward to this. So we'll be back in a little while.
Great. Pre-reading woot.
Thank you.
That's right.
It always helps.
It does.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sheila. I'm going to be reading from my memoir in progress, which is called Blood and Cake, the Making of a Late Feminist. This is a short piece that will open the book. So it is called Blood and Cake. Hi, Catherine. That's my sister. Look at the beautiful bride, lacy and posed, smiling in the blue dining room as cameras click. Flush-faced and sweaty, blonde hair darkened to gold at the hairline above her ears. She's been moving, twisting, dancing. There had been Head Like a Hole, Black as Your Soul, and a mosh pit at the far end nearest the DJ, but that was for him and his friends, not for her. Not sitting down to eat or chat for hours, a choice, she told everyone, to enjoy her own wedding. She's not going to be like those other brides who go table to table all night, tending endlessly to guests' needs, doling out rote thank yous at the expense of her own memory-making and fun. She's not like other brides. They're not like other couples. At the front of the grand room, ceilings reaching 20 feet above her veiled head, there's a table set for 2. An island refuge, someplace to escape uncles and cousins and sip lobster bisque from Lenox Ware. They can come to her, she'd said, ungenerously, uncharacteristically. This is our day. Look at the beautiful cake, as careful as any detail, sticky raspberry and dense chocolate, despite the expectation of something buttery and light. These small rebellions glint like candles from cut glass, the shine of champagne eyes. Gleaming fork in her hand, not even the first disaster of the day, but nobody notices. Nobody with any sense of safety steps in. Maybe they're tired of prediction, of watching out for her. Maybe they think, well, this is what you get. The Beatles sing, "Will you still need me? Will you still feed me?" as she lifts the sweet bit to his mouth, gentles it in. He has blue eyes gone tipsy wild and frosting on his mustached lip. They had discussed the face-smashing business ahead of time. Tacky and disrespectful, not to mention making a mess of her makeup. The cameras keep clicking, flashbulbs brightening ruddy skin and exhaustion. This kind of pageantry is wholly exhausting. It's his turn now, but watch carefully as she leans towards him, opens her mouth, waits for the sugar melt against her tongue so sweet. Does she close her eyes? Does he hold her by the shoulder as his right hand extends? Fork past teeth now and not stopping until, in a quick, enthusiastic burst, metal tines hit the soft pellet at the back of her throat before retreating. Look at the bride in her elegant dress, her new husband, her mouth full of blood and cake, smiling for pictures, for her family, for her guests. No choice but to smile through it, everybody. Keep smiling. You look so pretty when you smile. At 46, the age I am as I sort through the worn box that holds the proof of my before life, the love letters from the high school sweetheart turned husband, birthday cards, big-haired 1980s prom photos, snapshots of grungy college dorm rooms, the green and white quilted photo album I filled with pictures from our wedding. It's easy to say, of course I had a choice. It's what I would scream preach to my students, were they also to wander zombie-like toward an obvious emotional precipice. Stop. Can't you see the edge? You're going to walk yourself right off that cliff like that dumb coyote in Saturday morning cartoons. You're going to take one last step away from solid ground, away, maybe, from friends who would care for you, and look straight at the camera, slightly shocked, yes, but what did you expect? And wave. You're going to fall fast and make a silly whistling sound in the air, and when you land, your body will send up an ash cloud and then break apart like a bunch of puzzle pieces. Dumb coyote in a dusty puzzle heap. At 46, which was exactly the age my father was when he died meteorically of an out-of-nowhere brain infection, I can hear his voice imploring me as we sat, wet and wine-drunk, in my grandparents' hot tub some summer before. Please, Sheila, just don't marry him. I know now how right he was, how he could see what I could not. But in 1994, at only 23 years old, all frothy tulle and white silk for my wedding to the man, it's hard to call him that, we were so stupid young, I had been with since I was 16. I couldn't see that I had a choice in anything, really, but especially not in this. Even if I thought I had a choice, I doubt I would have exercised it. I had locked in cliff coordinates years earlier. It was the only direction I knew how to go. The only person who could have stopped me from marrying Mike was my father, and he was dead. He was dead already 1 full year. His death dismantled me, but it also freed me to become the bride with the fork in her throat. No way I could have cried out from the pain that literally pierced my flesh. I had to protect him. He was my husband now. Now, all of the ugly everything that came before would be shrouded behind a curtain of legitimacy and permanence. See? He really did love me, and he didn't mean to hurt me this time. I was certain. It's been more than 20 years since my divorce, and I'm now married to a man who loves and respects me. We have 2 children and a good life. I use my voice every day as a professor in the classroom. I've become an author and an authority. When I tell the story of the fork, as well as many other stories from my first marriage, I do so to make friends laugh in horror. I like the looks of shock and incredulity on their faces and how they inevitably say something like, "That was insane. How did you live through that?" About the fork, I'm also quick to say that it had been, I'm sure, an accident. Who uses utensils for this ritual? It's a colorful story, and I tell it well. Sometimes I like to be the center of attention this way. But beyond the darkly entertaining tale, what strikes me now with time and clarity is the perfection of the fork and throat as metaphor for the relentless catastrophe of that relationship, for my inability to speak for myself, my lost voice, how badly I hurt, but pretended everything was fine. I desperately wanted everyone around me to believe that. So I just smiled and swallowed down whatever it was. I made myself as small as possible and headed for the cliff. I thought I deserved every bit of the chaos, the fracture, the abuse I endured over the near decade Mike and I were together. It's hard to believe I was that girl for so long. A few days later, after our wedding, on our honeymoon in a grand Victorian inn next to a slow river in eastern Maryland, I developed a raging throat infection. I was miserable. My voice was now unmetaphorically gone. I felt like I had swallowed shards of glass. Mike, I remember, felt terrible. He bought me Coke from the vending machine and poured it into a plastic cup over hotel bucket ice. It was cold and numbing and sweet, and the only thing that made any difference at all. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Wow. Good. Sorry, Damien. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I'll settle down.
What?
I said I'll settle down. Just
Oh, all right. No, that was certainly my favorite tale of nuptial cutlery assault that we've come across on. No, that was awesome. It's so you do such a great job of giving this window into you. I feel like I've known you like I know you so well from just reading that small passage.
Right.
It's really quite extraordinary.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
well,
It's hard to enjoy a fork in your throat, but
while you were reading, I kept thinking, has she been to my house? Has she read my diaries?
oh, you have one of those too, huh?
Definitely relate to what you were saying. It was so beautifully done.
Thank you very much.
And I think to take that moment and make it what it really was is really skillful. So awesome.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Well, you have some fans here.
Oh, that's my mom. Hi, Mom.
There might be some of the other comments here.
Hi, Diane.
We have a kitty here.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Mom's friend.
And we have some more.
Yeah. That's nice. Thanks for coming, everybody. Yes, I'm your sister.
These days, this is how we see each other. So
yeah.
You get where you can get it, right?
It's nice. My family doesn't ever get to see me read because we live in far-flung parts of the country. So this is a really nice opportunity. Yeah. Hey, there's Julie. She's a former student of mine. This is going to be, she can access this via recording, right?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Damien.
Yes, she's going to be able to see this within 5 minutes or so, Christina, after we get off.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
It'll be able to be. It's recorded. Yeah.
Great.
So it's available on our Writers Conference of Northern Appalachia page, Facebook, on our YouTube channel and also on the Writers Conference of Northern Appalachia.com's website. So you can find it there. Definitely go see it and listen because it was excellent. I look forward to reading the whole book. Do you have a title for it yet?
The title is Blood and Cake. This was the title essay. So it's I would say it's 85% written at this point.
Oh,
so,
wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the next this is my summer, push to get the draft finished. Yeah.
You're like a latter-day Didion.
No, I'm not. But thank you for saying that.
I'm a little jealous. I wish you would say that about me. That's an awesome compliment. I agree, though. Your writing is just excellent. It's really good. And I look forward to reading the whole book.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear more about that. I'm sure Laura will let me know if I don't happen to see it somewhere else. So,
yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for being on.
You.
I appreciate it. And have a good evening. And have a good evening, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks a lot, Sheila. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Damien, who's our writer on Thursday? Do you remember? Is it Leslie?
It is Leslie. I am like 90% sure.
Yes, it is. I'm looking.
Yes, okay. I changed computers to go downstairs, and it's on my upstairs computer. So, but yes, great. Leslie's awesome. Tune in for that.
Can't wait.
Okay.
All right. See you.
All right. Have a great night, y'all.
Good evening.
Bye.